Hello everyone. In this session, we are discussing how to prepare governance for your civil service examination. I hope everyone knows that governance comes under the General Studies paper 2. The specific syllabus of governance is mentioned in the 15th and 16th module of General Studies 2. They are important aspects of governance: transparency, accountability, e-governance, citizen charter, role of civil service in a democracy. First 5 topics are mentioned under the 15th module, and the 16th module is talking about the role of civil service in a democracy. So altogether we have only 2 modules to study under governance for civil service examination. When we analyze the previous year questions, we have previous year questions from 2013 to 2018, and in 2013 there were 2 questions. In 2014 and 2015 also 2 each questions were there, and in 2016 5 questions were there from governance, and in 2017 there was only 1 question, and in 2018 there were 3 questions. So in 2013, 14 and 15, 1 each question were asked from each module, that is 1 question from the 15th module and 1 question from the 16th module. And in 2016 1 question was asked from the 16th module and 4 questions were there from the 15th module, and in 2017 there was only 1 question and that was from 15th module, and in 2018 3 questions were there and all the questions were from the 15th module. So on an average you will be getting 2 questions from governance part, so which comprises around 20 to 25 marks of your total General Studies paper 2 answers. And now we will be discussing some peculiar features of governance. When we analyze the previous year questions of governance, one thing that we understand is that the questions from governance is a mix of conventional topics and current affair topics. If you look into this question that was asked in 2018, the Citizens Charter is an ideal instrument of organizational transparency and accountability, but it has its own limitations. Identify the limitations and suggest measures for greater effectiveness of Citizens Charter. 2018 question. This is a conventional question. And look into that 2015 question. If Amendment Bill to the Whistleblowers Act 2011 tabled in the Parliament is passed, there may be no one left to protect, critically evaluate. This was a current affair based question. So what it means is that you will be getting current affair based questions and similarly specific syllabus based questions or conventional based questions also in governance. Another one important feature that you have to understand or that you have to identify when you are studying governance is that there is a lot of overlapping between the topics of ethics and governance under GS2. We have already seen the syllabus of governance. This is the syllabus of governance. And when you compare the governance syllabus with ethics syllabus, one thing that you will understand is that once you have completed the whole of ethics syllabus, there is nothing much left to study specifically for governance. So what it means is that if a person has properly studied ethics, he will be parallelly studying governance also. We will look into that in a more detailed manner. The first topic of governance is important aspects of governance. And these two, this is the 6th module of ethics syllabus and this is the 7th module of ethics syllabus, and the content of 6th and 7th module of ethics syllabus are more or less relevant or more or less related with the first module of governance. The 6th module talks about accountability and ethical governance, strengthening of ethical and moral values in governance, corporate governance. 7th module of ethics talks about probity in governance, philosophical basis of governance. So whatever you study under these 2 modules of ethics is equally relevant for you when you are studying about important aspects of governance. And this is the 2nd module of governance, that is transparency. And look into the similar topic that you can identify in the ethics syllabus: information sharing and transparency in government. So if you are studying information sharing and transparency in government in ethics, there will be nothing much to study under governance about transparency. And the 3rd module of governance, accountability, and this is other one topic that we study under ethics, accountability and ethical governance. So similar topics only. And this is citizen charter. Next module that we study under governance is citizen charter. The same topic is there for us to study under the general studies for ethics paper also. And these are the other two topics that we study under governance: e-governance and the role of civil service in a democracy. Even though you do not specifically find these words in the ethics syllabus, when we are talking about the problems in governance or the problems in administration and all, we will be talking about e-governance as one of the important measure to eliminate the problems or to eliminate corruption in governance and administration. So, even though e-governance is not specifically mentioned in the ethics syllabus, we will be using the concept of e-governance and applications of e-governance in the ethics class also. And similarly, with regarding the role of civil service in democracy, the 6th and the 7th module of ethics syllabus talks about the bureaucracy or the civil service only. So whatever we study under the 6th and 7th module of ethics syllabus is very much relevant for this topic also. The next feature of governance is that its contribution to essay. So whatever you study in governance will be very much important for you to write good essays also. Whenever you are writing a particular essay, you can write about the governance aspect of that particular essay. So it has a contribution to your essay paper also. So what you have to do to study governance? We have already seen that there are conventional based questions and current affair based questions. In order to tackle all the conventional based questions in our classes, and similarly, so the module that we prepare for each 6 topics of governance will be more than sufficient for you to answer the conventional based questions. And similarly, for current affair based questions, for that also we will be making separate material and it will be distributing to you. We have already seen that it is better for you to study ethics and governance together. So our program is formulated in such a manner only. Our ethics and governance program is having 20 sessions. In this 20 session, we will be covering each topic of ethics separately and each topics of governance separately, even though there are overlapping between ethics. All the topics of ethics and governance will be dealt in separate classes, and 20 session program includes 2 session wise tests and 1 full test including individual feedback. So that's all for the strategy video on governance. Thank you.